Hey, Earth Goddesses. It's Bijaqua Ture with EarthGoddess.com. I hope you guys are doing well today. Welcome to day two of our Goddess Masterclass. Today we're going to be talking. I'm sorry, I'm fumbling with the phone or the camera. Today we're going to be talking about the science of goddess and what that means. And also I'm going to be talking a little bit about how you would actually implement some of these things that we're going to be discussing today, how you would actually implement them in your life if you're not already doing some of these things, and how to really create these things for your own, or as your own. And so, really, what the science of goddess is, and what that is it is the way in which it's the way in which you do things. It is beyond the being part of being goddess. It is actually about how you do a thing. The science is how you do a thing. The actual process, the steps that you take, those type of things. And so that would actually even influence like how you do your rituals and things that you do every day, how you care for yourself, how you eat, how you communicate, how, just your daily lifestyle. It is um, the actual doing of the thing and the way in which you do the thing, if that makes sense, the way in which you do the thing. And look, I just heard a crow like co-sign, like, yeah, girl. No. But I'm a bird lady, if you guys didn't know. Then, okay. But so yeah, that's really what it's about. And all of us have a way in which we come back to our center. And all goddesses have a way that they do things. They all have a way that that really is how they deeply tap into themselves, deeply tap into their power, and really kind of it's almost kind of like that state of where you're knowing and you operate from this state because you know that if you do this, this, and this is going to be the outcome for you. So, more than anything, it is how you decide you are going to do life, do business, and do your relationship with yourself. What are the actual things that you're going to do? What are the actual steps that you're going to take? When something is, if, something on the surface can be a good thing. It can be something that's very positive on the surface, but when you actually go to implement certain things in your life, they might not fit you. You know what I mean? You have to know what is your thing. Like, for instance, if you say, for instance, you want to get in shape, or you want to, say, improve your body and your health, and you have a desire to, say, gain muscle mass and that type of thing, and you might feel like, now that's kind of a general thing, but the way that you actually go about building the muscle may differ from the way that it is maybe good for me. What I find a lot of times, we try to, because something worked for someone else, we try to create the exact same cookie cut type of process for ourselves, instead of really looking and seeing that this is a person that has perfected a way that works for her, or for him or her. Like, when I tell my stories to you guys and to my clients, the stories that I start to share with my clients is not because I want you to do this particular way. It's not because of that. It's really my desire, or what my aim is that you see the truth of the situation and you see how you can then apply that same truth to your situation, to your life. What do you need to do standing in truth and that type of thing? So with the science, a lot of times I find, or our day-to-day lives, we'll have things that we want to do that is maybe not the best thing for us. I'm going to just say that. And using the example of working out, I have had people, and myself included actually in this, but I've had clients that wanted to get in shape, and they thought that they could maybe just headstrong go into a really hard workout, you know, um, hitting the gym, doing this type of thing, and that wasn't the thing that their body needed. Their body needed a different type of workout. Um, Really, for myself, what I found out, using myself as the example, the same example, I had a um, wanting to, I had a desire, or have a desire, had a desire. I'm in that process still because it's not a had or whatever. I have been in the process of really upping my workout regimen. And so I started doing a lot of different things that I hadn't done before, a lot of different workouts that I just hadn't done before. And what I was starting to find out is that everything didn't fit my body well. Even though I could work out to exhaustion doing different workouts, the way my body felt after felt different. Um, my body needs things that stretches me, and things that are appear to be more gentle, but are actually very powerful workouts. But they are, on the surface, they might look more gentle, like things like Pilates and yoga and a lot of stretching and things like that that have been very instrumental at building my muscle in the way that I want it to be. And and so, but I know some who are really good in the gym. They're really good with lifting weights. They're really good at that type of thing. Now, when I was younger, that was what suited me. To be honest, when I was younger, that was a good thing for me. But as I have gotten older and with having children, and now close to 50, I now some people might be the opposite for them. They might be really become a little gym person, a gym goddess. But that's not what suits me. And really what I'm getting at is not to do what I do, but to find what is your thing. What is the way in which you do a thing that is the most beneficial to you, that is always um, um, causing you to expand and to grow and to be creative and to be in a state of pleasure, though, at the same time, because that's something that you as goddess always infuse and interject that into everything that you do. It's always from a state of being whole, of being pleasing, um, and sometimes ease, is a big thing. It doesn't necessarily mean easy, you know what I mean, but it could mean just the ease that it is in your life. That isn't it. You can do this in a way that it causes ease, or it brings ease, or you can do it in a way that is ease. Z. That sounds weird. I think you guys get what I'm saying. I hope you do. But really, with our but seriously though, your way of doing things, the way in which you approach a thing in your life, in your business, needs to be unique to you. And it needs to be in a way that is very fulfilling and brings a lot of joy to your life, and in a way that is really bringing you to the edge. That it should always be bringing you to the edge and really pushing you to that next level as well, and causing you to expand yourself and to stand in truth and to not be afraid, you know. And when you have a way in which you do things that you know works for you, it actually helps you to build confidence in yourself, in your work. It helps to contribute to the process that you end up doing a thing, meaning a process in which you maybe it may be a work or a process that you are using with your clients. It may be a process that you use before you put your great work out into the world. It may be a process that you use to stay healthy. It may be a process that you use to bring yourself back to center. So what it is all about is just your way that you are choosing to show up and live your life as a goddess. Okay? And that you have the confidence in this, and the confidence in knowing that your way doesn't have to look like everyone else's way. And that there are other goddesses, myself of course, that are here as the example of not having to do it like everyone else, and not having to show up like everyone else, and that I can decide within myself, that I decided how, not only how I wanted to live my life, but how I want to be in business, how I want to be in my relationship, how I want to be in relationships with my friends and my family and my children, and really giving myself the freedom to try different things. And that's something that I wanted to get at too, is that you may have done something a certain way for a long time, and then you might get to a point that it just doesn't work anymore. And so you have to be able to observe, being an observing of yourself always, where you know what works, and then at the same time you would know if it's something that you need to pivot and add to your life or take away. What I find normally with goddesses, normally with us, is something that we need to add. It's very rare that we need to give up something, like, unless it's negativity, doubt, those type of things. But in in our life, though, in general, we are needing to add to what is there. For example, when I was healing from presumed terminal cancer, when I was healing my body, what I found was that it was very few things that I actually needed to give up as far as my diet. I wasn't doing like bad things, like quote unquote bad things in my diet. I wasn't eating like all out of order, and I wasn't eating like a lot of unhealthy foods or a lot of processed foods or, things like that. But what I found was that I wasn't getting enough nutrient dense foods. So I actually had to add foods that were nutrient dense to my diet. It wasn't so much I needed to give up something, but it was more so that I needed to expand and make room for something else. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how you can view it with all things. And say in areas of business, there's very few things in business that as you're stepping more into who you are as the leader, as the visionary, as the artist, there's very few things that you're going to have to give up. It's normally things that you're going to have to take on. You're going to have to create systems, or you're going to have to bring on team members, or you're going to have to learn new things, or you're going to have to create new products and new services and that type of thing. So it's more so the opening and taking on of things that you're going to have to actually do, not so much the um, taking away of things. And so that's kind of what I want you um, to look at in your life. Look at where in your life are you already operating in that state of doing, where you're already secure in who you be as goddess, and so you're already doing the things that you need to be doing. But maybe look at areas that you either can improve upon and that you can open and expand yourself to be more in that state of doing because you're being. And also look at where you really just kind of drop the ball altogether. And you say, I need to create my own way of doing things. I've been trying to be like everyone else. I've been trying to, you know, um, do like the next person instead of saying, let me look at what is going to be best beneficial for me, what's going to be a great system for me, what's going to be the best way of doing and being for me. So that's pretty much what the science of goddess is. It is the way, the ritual, the um, the way in which you do a thing, the way in which you do you, the way in which you do your life, goddess, the way in which you bring your work into the world. That is the science that you pass on. That is how you teach another goddess, because you've learned it from experience and you have created, there is method to the madness, you know what I mean? You start to create these methods and these ways of doing things that you find are super beneficial to you. And these are the same processes and ways that are going to create pathways of money, of opening our bodies to healing, and all these things are all created through this avenue. Okay? So I'm going to leave you there. I hope you have enjoyed. This is part 2 of the Goddess Masterclass, the science of goddess. Yesterday we did the art. Today was the science. Tomorrow will be the soul of goddess. And that will be the final day. Tomorrow will be the final day of the Goddess Masterclass. This is a mini masterclass. If you hadn't noticed, it's a mini class, and I decided just to spread it out over 3 days instead of making it a one long, hour and a half long class. I decided to split it up into little 20-minute segments and spend some time with you over the next few days. So tomorrow we'll finish with the soul of goddess, or Goddess Masterclass, the soul. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can leave me questions in the comments, or you can email me at info@earthgoddess.com. That's URTH goddess.com. And I look forward to being with you on the rest of this journey. My name is Bijapwa Ture. I love you.